$1,000 airdrop. You had a nice little reply to this really fresh graphic. Obviously, in this effort to flip Mr.Beast, we're trying to give away $200 million in the next 6 months. We have a little sub goal, and the sub goal is to allocate $1 million of that to chat. So this will count as chat. Obviously, it's happening live on the stream. Loshmi has a fucking Pudgy Penguins, Avi, and we have Luca Netz coming on, and this is just in 2 weeks, airdropping over $21 million is absolutely nuts. I agree. I fully agree. And I think it segues kind of nicely into the next subject, which is a little bit less of like a fun thing that we're going to talk about. And I don't know how deep you want to go, but obviously we had this Andrew Tate episode planned, right? And I was fucking stoked on it because my dream is to really break this fucking show into like mainstream algorithms and audiences. And, Tate is one of the biggest creators, celebrities on the planet. And yeah, he posted this tweet, and it was just like me talking about, we'll just watch it. We need to have Corinna on, honestly. Next week is going to be Andrew Tate and Thread Guy, but maybe the week after that's Corinna. And Jake Paul's coming on soon too. The show's cracking, baby. We're cracking. Obviously, I'm excited about it. And yeah, he posted that from his Twitter, and the plan was for him to come on. I hit him up. I organized it. We had planned for it. And I was like, brother, just don't drop a coin. Let's talk about whatever. I didn't even want to talk to him about crypto or markets, really. I just wanted to talk to him about fucking the attention part, because he's phenomenal at that piece, Yep. I'm not so great at the crypto shit though. I don't know. We had to cancel the episode. It's just a conflict of interest. It made no sense to bring him on.
I'll explain why. I mean, what happened with me last cycle? So I had this thesis that like all these popular people outside of crypto, they have a fuck ton of followers, fuck ton of distribution. If they come into crypto, there's a way that they can use that distribution, which is external crypto, in a positive way. And I was completely wrong on that. Maybe the most wrong I've been on any thesis that I've ever had in crypto. All of them scammed. Every single person who joined crypto externally to try and use their distribution in crypto scam people. Every single one of them.
Literally every
single one. Everyone. And what I realize is like these celebrities, quote unquote, one, they actually don't have any fucking money. They're broke as fuck. And two, they don't give a fuck about crypto people at all. And what I realize is like their distribution outside of crypto does not matter at all because they don't give a fuck about crypto people. And so whenever they would launch these coins or partner with people to launch these coins, there will be partnering with somebody who bundles them. This anonymous dev has a fuck ton of the supply. They get paid up front for a few tweets about it. And then as they're doing that, whoever bundled the supply is selling on everybody's heads. They don't tweet about it for any more after that. And then that's it. And that's the top. And every single person who joined outside of crypto tried to do something like that, scam people. And so this cycle, I'm not platforming any of those fuckers, bro. I'm not giving any attention to people who want to negatively impact crypto. I learned a lot last cycle. I'm not doing that again. But I do know that there's a good way to utilize your distribution and attention in a positive way. And that's what I plan to do with Ansem. And so I just, bro, I'm not making the same mistake twice.
No more honest. Captain Save-A-Ho, bro. It's that, bro. Celebrities going to do what they're going to do. Like you said, across the board, regardless of who it was, in every single example, in every single case. Brother, I was with you in LA.
Everyone.
Kanye West basically flew you out. So you set aside a week of your life to go talk to bro about fucking markets and whatever at the peak of all like the fucking the Solana hysteria, meme coin hysteria. And you fucking gave him the absolute best advice you possibly could. You're obviously seen in rooms with him and seen on Twitter. He fucking tweeted your name out. Somebody go fucking find me Ansem. Yeah. And then he dropped the fucking coin, bro. And it's like, it's the exact same.
It's just too many bad actors around these people that have a lot of influence. And I did talk to he did listen to some of the things that I told him when I was speaking with him, but like in the actual execution of the project, I just wasn't close enough to be able to tell them exactly what to do. But yeah, I had a lot of great ideas for exactly how these type of things could work. I mean, these people have so many different avenues and levers that they can connect stuff to, but they just don't do it well because there's too many bad actors around them that influence them to do.
I mean, bro, Afro Man was like, yo, Black Bull.
And I almost interacted with this dude. I ignored this one. I didn't interact with him at all. But I knew something told me that the shit was going to fucking be like this, bro. There's just, one, it's really hard to keep attention on something for an extended period of time if you're not in the weeds in crypto and don't have a trusted community of people around you, one. And then two, they're too short-term oriented, bro. They're too short-term oriented.
It's fucked.
Yeah, it's fucked.
The Hawk Tua thing, I went on her podcast and they try to sneakily, and not her, by the way, it's really important to articulate, and maybe we give them the benefit of the doubt too much. We're like too charitable with these like celebrities. Because I know a lot of people like play dumb. That's kind of like the move to make in that instance. But like it is a lot of like manager types, people close to them, people in their inner circles, like pushing them to do this. Yeah, they try to fucking drop a coin like that day they were gonna drop that podcast. And that is not that was not, you know what I mean? It was, or no, they tried to trade. I think she had already done the coin. We went on to try to talk to her about why this was bad and why she got such bad pushback on it. And then like they try to inside trade it. They try to like her team, I don't know, it's a fucking mess. But leave celebrities to do what they do. We're not going to play God. I think
I'm not touching it, bro. I'm not talking to any of them, bro.
Fuck them all.
If they want to get involved, they can buy Ansem or buy Solana. That's why they want to get involved. They can get involved that way.
Yeah, buy Bitcoin and shut the fuck up. They don't care. I mean, segues pretty nicely into, because I guess what you're doing is kind of along the same lines, right? To the average person, they would look at it probably as one and the same. But it's anything but, right? I think it's exactly the opposite. And I think it's because your goals and intentions are the exact opposite, right? Like your incentives here are aligned to kind of the opposite way. Like, whereas like the average celebrity comes in here, like you said, they don't give a fuck about crypto, obviously. They're coming in here to make as much money as they possibly can, right? And of course, whereas
go ahead.
No, what I was going to say, whereas your goal is to literally give away as much money as possible in this effort, right? So it's like, is there really anyone else who could do exactly what you're doing? Even just like how important the attention piece, you spoke to that earlier. You tweet fucking 24/7, and that's nothing new. You know, that's not anything new. You've always been like that. You've always behaved like that. But like, why is what you're doing different? Why are you different? Yeah, you want to just like expand on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously a lot of people trust me. I think that's the biggest reason that why what I'm doing is different. I have fucking 58% of the supply right now. People are not concerned that I'm going to be selling the supply. Like, people know I'm using it in the best ways for marketing the project. People know I want to give it back to people. People know I want to utilize it with other protocols. Like, they're aware that I am super bullish on crypto. I would never want to hurt the community of people that have put me where I am over the past 9 years. Like, I would never do that. So that's the biggest thing. But also, it's like a lot of people don't go all in with this shit. I'm all in with the shit. There's nobody that's going to be as all in as me on crypto. It's just not possible. So there's nobody really that can compete with me in that way. And yeah, just the community that I've engaged with and formed over the past 9 years. Like, I've 1.1 million followers. All those 1.1 million followers I have on X because I've been consistently putting out information that has helped people in markets, been consistent with the things I'm putting out. Whenever I fuck up, people know I fuck up. I own my fuck ups. I don't claim to be like God or anything like that. I think people see that. And I think that allows people to trust me in a way that they don't trust other people. But it's like a lot of people do this shit as like side projects.
Can I say something real quick to that point? You doing more video content, even like your video replies on Twitter. I know I've been fucking
you've been drilling me on it, bro.
Super annoying the last week. Like, yo, do more of these, do 10 of these a day. Yeah. Obviously, this live show, we spark up. We're live for like 4 hours. I think it's so much easier to kind of see through the bullshit and see like where someone's heart is, where their intentions are when they're candid and talking live like this. Yeah. It adds a whole nother layer to it. And I think it really is like the final infinity stone for you, you know, like in regards to like why this actually makes sense for you and why you would be the only guy to do it to any sort of success. And like you said, like you're the only one who's going to stick around through like these crazy macro events that are, sometimes they're good.
Shit,
yeah, sometimes they're good, but sometimes they're really fucking bad too, bro.
I'm here for this shit, bro. Yeah,
if Bitcoin goes to 10K tomorrow, you're still here.
I'm here.
Like, you're not going anywhere. So it's for more reasons than just one, I think it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, on that note, I mean, macro event, something that kind of has been like all over the timeline the past couple days. Robinhood chain. What do you think about that? You saw those tweets, obviously, Vlad.
Yeah, I think it's sick. I think it's good, actually. I think it's net positive for somebody as big as Vlad and a product as big as Robinhood to be bullish on crypto and be active on chain. They have done some things poorly in the past. I know last cycle they delisted Solana at the lows. And they also, like, people complain about them not allowing people to buy GME at a certain time in the market. So they fucked over their customers for sure sometimes. But I'm generally bullish on Robinhood chain. I think it's good for crypto. I think I am excited if they're able to bring more companies on chain that aren't currently on chain. And I do think that they have huge distribution with their current centralized exchange. And hopefully they're more successful than Coinbase has been in getting all of those people on chain. I will say I think it's CT native capital that drives a lot of the flows, early flows in crypto. So like it's not going to be whatever the 100 million retail customers that Robinhood had that drive stuff first. It's CT that drives stuff first. And we're the ones who determine which trends happen and how they happen, because we're the ones with the most capital on chain. Like the other people have to move capital on chain typically, and we're the ones controlling those flows. But yeah, I am bullish on Robinhood chain. I think it's net positive for crypto for sure.
Can I just play devil's advocate and just ask? Because we've seen this before also too, like the new chain, the shiny new chain, like we've seen this a few different times in crypto. Do you think people actually care about Robinhood, or do you think they care about Vlad posting about crypto and memes and stuff?
For traders, I don't think they necessarily care about Robinhood. They care about an opportunity where there's not as much capital there that they can be early to. And I think that's like why the new chain thesis has always worked in crypto, like the bridging to other L1s, bridging to L2s. That's why it works, is because like you're early to being first there, and there's capital that comes after you to bid these things. I think that's the main reason why. Obviously, Vlad being directly bullish on the chain is super important and big, but he's not going to be like tweeting directly about any specific coins or anything. I think he's just generally wants to drive volume and attention. And they're going to continue to highlight things that are doing well with volume and attention.
I mean, they've essentially won retail, right? It's a pretty fucking big.
Yeah, they crushed. Robinhood crushes with retail, bro.
It's a pretty big pro. It's interesting, the Robinhood versus Coinbase thing, because one has kind of successfully rooted themselves and derives from like retail, like onboarding retail, and has done that to great success. And now they're kind of not pivoting, but like trying to appeal more to crypto and build out features and products for that crowd. Whereas like Coinbase is literally a crypto app. It's a crypto product, and it's kind of in reverse, you know? But it's weird because
they're both trying to be like everything apps, but kind of like you're right, like in reverse. Like Coinbase is now trying to do stocks and everything else, and Robinhood is now trying to do more crypto. I think a lot of these products that have distribution are going to be that way. Like we've seen Polymarket also working on perps. Like I think there's a lot of people try to verticalize the stack. I think that's going to continue to be a trend. If you have distribution, you're going to try to own as much of it as possible. Like there's no reason you would want your users to be going and trading crypto somewhere else or going and trading stocks somewhere else if you can enable it all in the same application. I think that's kind of like going to be a big thesis going forward in finance with retail.
Why I asked you the question earlier about Vlad, and do you think people actually care about Robinhood, or people care about Vlad posting about Robinhood, is I saw this take from Ash Robin. Ash Robin is one of the very few people who's making any sort of like attempt at video content in CT. Mm-hmm. And I thought this was a pretty fresh take, and I just want to go over it with you.
Let's talk about this Robinhood chain thing real quick, because I'm seeing everybody start to glaze Robinhood and how it's going to be the greatest chain of all time and how it's different this time than everything else. And so I've been thinking about this a little bit. And of course, every time that there is a new meme coin runner or a coin on a chain, everyone all of a sudden starts to talk about how it's the greatest thing ever. Now, I'm going to start by saying, I like when coins are going up. I like meme coins. I like shit coins and stuff. But one thing that I think is funny is mainly the market behavior, right? Do people really actually care about Robinhood? Or do they care about the fact that the CEO of Robinhood made a post? Because I'm going to just clue you in on something right now. The market doesn't give a shit who is behind anything really at all anymore. What do they care about? They care about posts. Okay.
Attention, bro.
Why did the B&B season in October, last October, go super crazy? Because CZ and his wife and the CEO and every single coin that launched was based off of a tweet. It was based off of a post. Okay. Why did Telegram go super crazy? Because the CEO made a post and then he stopped posting, and then guess what? Everything died down. Why did Asteroid go up
That's a
to
good point.
200 mil? Because Elon made a post. Why is it down? Because
good
Elon
point.
hasn't posted. What does every group chat say about Asteroid?
Yeah, it's
Oh, well,
true.
when Elon tweets, it's gonna go up. Like, you know, we're just waiting
It's
for
so
confirmation,
true.
even though
Yeah, it's true.
we know the
He's
plushie's
crushing
in the
this right now.
fucking SpaceX store.
What's this, Ash Robin?
And then
Yeah.
same thing with this, and like Ansem, like why is Ansem going up? Well, obviously Ansem is somebody who is like very well known. He's like the biggest crypto influencer in the fucking world as far as.
The Mr.Beast of finance, some would say.
Let's go.
But why does the coin keep going up? Because all he's doing is he's sitting
All bro
around
does
and
is
he's tweeting all
tweets,
day.
bro.
Oh, and guess what happened? TJR started tweeting. Oh, Brez Scales started tweeting. Everybody on the timeline started tweeting. And guess what? There hasn't been a single like 3-hour period.
You guys get the point, but fresh take, bro. It's so real, it's so valid, and is it that simple?
Attention is currency, bro. Attention is truly currency. Like one of the reasons I'm doing airdrops to Ansem holders specifically, and people who are holding and people who are creating content on X, is because if I have an army of 100,000 people who are posting about this coin and aligning the community with this coin, that's more marketing than I can ever do on my own. I'm one person. I tweet a fucking lot, yeah. But like if I have 100,000 people who also are tweeting as much as I'm tweeting and are aligned on the vision of giving back this much money, and we're going to give back more than $200 million in the next 6 months, just by being bullish on this coin, and we want it to go up. We know it's going to do well, and we want to be net positive for crypto. We want to use all these different protocols and be bullish on all these new things getting built on chain. That's it. That's exponential. That's multiplicative. And
Somebody
I
in
don't think
chat said
anybody's
army of
been able to do that
manlets.
before.
Army of manlets. Listen, we got the
the
chat pulled
army.
up.
The army, bro.
We got the chat pulled up in the middle. Pick somebody, bro. Fuck it. Pick somebody. I'll write their name down. Chat. Let them know. Don't pick an address. Chat. Give them some. Banks is pushing 40. You're not getting fucking shit. How's that? How's that, dumbass?
Trenches unite. Whoever said Trenches unite. I like Trenches unite.
Trenches
That was
unite.
fucking fast as fuck. Y'all gonna have to stop the chat.
Because they're hearing us now. They're hearing us now. All right, we'll do the Trenches unite, but pick. Dude, this is
Dude, it's
insane.
moving too quick, bro.
Dude, it's nuts.
Ansem is building the biggest community. Whoever said that, I fuck with him.
Okay, so
Ansem is building the biggest community.
Trenches unite.
Bro, we literally are going to be the biggest community on the internet.
And
I
biggest
stamp.
community.
I stamp, bro. Biggest
We'll go
community
back.
on the
We'll go
internet.
back in the VOD and we'll find you each. You guys are each gonna get $1,000. We'll have some mod go and get you guys your Solana addresses. But no, this is lit. Watch and earn, baby. I fucking love what we're building here, bro. And as we automate this process more and more and add all these like cool gamified tools and like we've talked about bounties and stuff, like, oh, it's gonna be sick, bro. We have an opportunity to really build something brand new with this shit. And you know what's crazy? You know what's fucking great? Just between me and you, this is less for the audience and more for me and you. Bro, we talked about doing this before the Black Bull thing even happened. It's almost like divine. The timing of shit. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
It's so wild, bro. We talked about this watch and earn type thing and effort and like idea way before this was ever a thing. And it's all kind of falling into place. It's fucking sick, bro.
Kind of just happened, bro. Kind of just happened organically. I mean,
but the best things do.
planned.
The best things do.
No,
the best things always do. We knew that this was an important thing to build, and yeah.
Like, and Banks, you'll appreciate this, but I mean, this done right could be a whole new incentive layer to like everything, to fandom, to
yes,
to relationship. Like
you see it happen. You see it happening in closed communities and like in specific instances and kind of one-offs. Like I've seen Lacey in his Discords like do a clipping pool. Like here's $20,000, and this is a dedicated pool. And if you clip this with all these whatever, you can take your fair share of this 20K whatever views measured whatever. Go ahead.
It just gets so supercharged when you have a token attached to it. And I'm glad that you see like the vision that I'm saying, Luca, because like I've been trying to explain how this could make sense for so long, but everybody who tries to fucking do it scams people. And they just keep scamming people whenever they do the project. And you don't have somebody behind the scenes that actually understands token design and understands how attention works and understands crypto, understands how to do it in a way that's actually like accretive to them as a personality and to their fans as a group of people. So I'm glad you see the vision. I do think there's like really cool things that we can do. And what I really want to focus on, like the crossovers, like right now I'm huge on X, Twitter, whatever. Like I got that on lock. But what I want to do is like crossover into the IRL stuff. And so like I'm gonna hit you up at this for sure. But I really have questions on like how you've done so well in consumer like in the real world outside of just crypto, because you crushed the marketing with Pudgy Penguins across the board. And you've done a great job of kind of like bridging that gap. Like, I think you're probably the most well-known crypto brand that's also a real world brand and has done well in stores and all these other places. So that's like one thing I'm definitely going to hit you up and bother you about all the time. But I'm curious if you have thoughts on how like you go about crossing that chasm in like consumer.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, like with Pudgy, I always saw that vision. I think like for you, Z, like how do you envision the future of the brand? But frankly, Z, if I'm gonna be honest with you, the brand is you. I mean, it's in the ticker, it's in the name. The black bull just makes you laugh when you think about it, but like it is Ansem token. So frankly, like
little meme flavor, the black bull.
Yeah, exactly. It's the little meme flavor. But like, frankly, I think it's more of a conversation to banks, because I think the conversation here is how do you blow up your personal brand and transcend your personal brand? Because I think this is a personal brand play. I mean, dude, the budgets you could have, I mean, Banks, you said something genius, but dude, replace the clipping budget with a token reward pool.
Yeah.
And then the clippers make more money as the token goes up, which literally goes up as they clip more. Right?
Yeah,
like,
that's their bag work. Exactly. And it's happening automatically. Like, that's fucking crazy.
Dude, this is a conversation, Z, of not how you build a brand like how we built Pudgy Penguins. This is a conversation of how you make yourself the Kanye West of finance. Like, like, you know, like it's really more of that, if I'm being honest, right? And like, who do you want to be?
Which, if I'm being honest, by the way, you kind of already are, right? So it's like we're way ahead.
I'm doing my best, bro.
We're way ahead in that effort. It's just, I don't know, man. There's so much here. Luca, we should talk a lot more behind the scenes about this and like building out these efforts and stuff, because I just think like we're fumbling a massive bag here if we don't spend time collectively. And like everybody, there's a few of us in this market that have as much interest as we do in commanding attention, or that attention piece, that media piece. You have Thread Guy, you have us, you know, there's a few other names, but I just feel like we're not even scratching the surface, especially with something like this. It kind of just breaks, it allows us to do so many new cool things. I don't know. I could talk forever about this. It's fucking cool though. And we have an opportunity of a generational opportunity here.
I totally agree. And I think it's way cooler. I know some of the like the left brain CT will like look at this and like think it's being over indexed. I promise it's not.
I think the other way. I think if anything, it's impossible to price in anything what we're talking about.
Agreed.
Like if we can even build or accomplish 10% of the vision, it's like, I don't know. Yeah.
I'm hyped, bro. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be really cool. I'm excited for it, for sure.
Flop reward style platform. I mean, Z, let's cook. You can call me whenever. But both of you guys, like, look, I'm personally like wanting to see this shake, because I think if it shakes the way that I think it can, one, Z, I'm gonna follow. Like, there's things at least on how you're distributing the token that I will follow suit on, and just like what it can do for, I think, just the greater creator economy, media economy. Like, I'm in the entertainment business at the end of the day. Like, Pudgy Penguins is an entertainment IP, right? Like, I think this reinvents a lot more than I think most people give it credit for. So, you know, anything you need from me, just know I'm rooting for you.
Appreciate you, bro. That means a lot. That means a lot. Appreciate you.
I'm watching you building Ansem and the Black Bull. This isn't just a coin. It's one of the biggest thing, or the biggest thing that ever happened in crypto. And I actually want to be part of this. I spend hours going through your content, trying actually to understand what you're trying to do with this. And a few things stood out.
I do like helping people, to be honest. I've said it last cycle too, is like, I felt like when I first joined CT and first joined crypto Twitter, there were a lot of people there who also could have been fucked off and did whatever they wanted to, but they stayed there and they taught people how to trade crypto and how to learn about markets and all these things. And I feel like I'm kind of in that place now where I have the ability to kind of share the knowledge that I've already gained in markets and like share how to help people out. That's honestly the main reason, the simplest reason.
You also talked about Mr.Beast, specifically with the philanthropic side.
I think one of the cool things that like Mr.Beast does really well, he does like a lot of philanthropy and he gives stuff back to a lot of his community. Like, one of the reasons he's able to continuously garner so much attention.
Today, I want to be a pillar in this vision. So here's my proposal. Here's what I will do. I will expand the Ansem and the Black Bull in the international world. You're gonna ask me, how will you do that? I speak 7 languages, mainly English, French, Spanish, Dutch, Arab, and much more.
Wow.
So I will fly out, go anywhere in the world, discover different cultures, and onboard them to Ansem and crypto. The difference between me and Mr.Beast is that most of the time we are too busy. They will just help the people, but not spend time with them. I will spend time with people that are struggling, that are really in need, know more about them, how can we help them, and make crypto a greater place. See me as a kind bowl. I'll be documenting everything, every step. The goal is not to help one person only. The goal is to touch emotionally people so they can understand the real vision behind it. Most of these contents have millions of views, so we will not onboard one person by airdropping them. We will actually touch a vast majority of people that understand philanthropic content and maybe change their mind. So Ansem for a better world. Tag Ansem in the comments.
This is fire. That's cool.
Dear Ansem.
That is dope. Yeah, I don't know this guy's team. He seems cool though. I mean, I think that is dope. That is my general vision for it. Like I said earlier, if I'm doing all the marketing, then yeah, it can work well. I tweet a fuck ton and I can direct attention. But if I have 100K people that are going out and doing stuff like this guy's team, I got a Nevergoon doing content. I got Jazz doing content. If I'm like featuring a bunch of different crypto content creators and then reach out to content creators outside of crypto too. So I want it to be spread through like as many different avenues and pathways as possible. So this is dope. I'm probably gonna reach out to this guy after this and see what he's talking about. But yeah, that's the whole idea. I mean, I think it can be like a culture, like a movement, community thing that hasn't really existed in crypto and done well at scale. I wanted to get it in as many and in people's hands as possible. That's the whole idea. Can I airdrop you 5 USD of Sol? Let's see. Talk about Bullpen. Yeah, Bullpen is my trading terminal. I'm co-founder of. Sal, my co-founder, was just on before this. So Bullpen is a front end where you can trade Hyperliquid perps, anything Hyperliquid spot. You can trade Polymarket prediction markets, and you can trade Solana on chain. So anything you want to trade in crypto, you can trade on Bullpen. And if you want to sign up, it's immediate sign up with email or your Solana wallet. It's easy to deposit, whether you're doing wire, ACH, or just sending crypto in. Can it get up to speed in like less than 5 minutes? And the whole idea for it is I have this platform where I'm doing educational markets and how I trade and how I learn about markets. And then Bullpen is the terminal where you can actually take all of the trades. So whether it's like long Micron or whether it's like short Ethereum or whether you're like buying Ansem, all these different things you can do in this one app. That's a whole vision for it and how we're operating on that. So that's what Bullpen is. Also on Joshua. Yeah, I think Joshua is one of the best like cult memes on Solana that I've seen recently. I think the PFP across the board is really cool. It's an interesting spot for sure. I mean, I think like we're in such a spot where people are bearish on Sol and Sol on chain that's going to change really quickly if we go up like 10% from here. Okay, let's look at Sol. Yeah, Sol, this is like the most important chart for us for sure. So I've talked about this range. I've been constantly talking about like this $80 area. So like 80 to 83. This is the big spot. It's like the key resistance before we broke down from the range. It's also the weekly resistance. By weekly resistance, I mean like the last up candle before we sold off, like this weekly block. Really important resistance level. And as you can see, like no weeklies were really closing beneath here. Like this is like 81. Here it's like 84, 83. The low 80s area is a really big consolidation level. So if we're able to get back above this level, like I said, if we close the weekly through 83, I think we're very easily going to go back to the hundreds. And I think even back to 150. I'm expecting Solana to go to 150 during Q3. But it's really dependent on reclaiming this key area. Right now, we're kind of in like this no man's land where we are at the bottom of the range here. Bottom of the range was like this. The tick by wick bottom was like 67. Traded beneath it for a bit, reclaimed it, which was the first like bullish line, retested it, another bullish line into a higher low. And now we're kind of in the most difficult part that we need to reclaim. So we have these lows here, which we're like retesting now. This consolidation, which we're retesting, this was like resistance, 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 and now should be support. You really don't want to see Solana go back beneath this Q3 open. I think that would be a bearish sign if we started to trade back beneath like 73.5. I'm expecting mid 70s to hold and then us to reclaim the 83 level, but that's where I would be wrong on Sol being bullish in the short term. So that's my thoughts on Solana. That's good chat. Yeah, what else should I look at? I mean, it's really the same chart across the board, like Bitcoin, ETH, Sol. They're all really in the same place. Yeah, it's like this weekly resistance level. That's pretty much the same kind of spot. It's pretty much the same chart across the board. I'm still bullish though. I think stuff looks good. We're just kind of consolidating right now, but you do want to see continued strength upwards, obviously. Hyperliquid, I can look at. Hyperliquid's interesting. I mean, it keeps looking like it's gonna go to all-time highs. It's really stuck in this consolidation period. I think this is a bullish pennant. I said before I thought it was gonna retest 45. I've been wrong on this. This breakdown I thought was going to 45. It reclaimed this range low. Even this breakdown, I thought we were retesting lower down here, and it stayed above. See, I'm betting that this right now is like a bullish continuation pattern, so it's consolidating here before going higher. And I think you kind of have seen how well they've done with HIP3 and the trading of perps on stocks. That's still a very good thesis. I believe that if crypto volumes start to come back, like if Bitcoin starts to move from here, Solana and ETH start to move from here, then that's even a greater tailwind for Hyperliquid because that'll be the primary venue where people are trading perps, and that hasn't even happened yet. Like really, the crypto volumes have been down over the past few quarters, like pretty significantly. And what's been why Hyperliquid has done so well is because stocks have been doing a lot of volume on their platform. But if crypto's doing well and stocks are doing well at the same time, then obviously that's a great positive situation for Hyperliquid. So yeah, I'm betting this is like a bullish consolidation right here on like the lower time frames. Right now on the weekly, it's trading beneath Monday's low. You want to see this reclaim this level. I'm not like long this on perps or anything right now. But I would say you want to see probably like this demand level into here hold. I was looking at like short-term trade on this. I probably would try to get long at the 65, stop beneath like 62, and I'll be targeting like all-time highs at 77. So it'll be something like this probably. Yeah, something like this. Would probably be the trade. Come into here, make a higher low, reclaim this, then go higher. I'll probably be the trade I was looking for on hype.